Your scent lingers on the pillow, faint as dawn. I half remembered dream the day before. The coffee mug sits cold, untouched, a silent guest, a ghost of morning's warmth. It's the best. Remember the street we walked, rain slicked and cold. Your laughter like a melody, bold. The way your eyes held stories deep and true. A chapter closed but not forgotten, just new. Now the silence fills the spaces wide and deep, a hollow where your voice used to creep. The quiet hum of things that used to be, a symphony of memories haunting me. But you're not here, just the echo of your name, a whisper in the wind, a flicker of flame. The present tense is all I have, it's true. A moment held, a feeling just for you. The bookstore corner, dusty, warm and old. The book you left behind, its story told. The bookmark still in place, a sign, a trace of your presence lingering in this space. Time is a river, flowing fast and deep, carrying away the promises we'd keep. But some things settle like sediment in sand, a weight that holds me here, held by your hand. Your ghost is my favorite song, playing slow, a familiar tune, a place I know. The present tense, a fragile, precious thing, a memory held, a feeling just for you. Present, present, present. Present.
Your sweater's still hanging on the back of my chair, the one with the frayed sleeve you always would wear. I washed all the coffee cups, scrubbed every plate, but the silence you left keeps the kitchen late. The clock on the wall ticks in a different key, and the dust on the windowsill dances with me. I found your grocery list tucked in my book, the ink's running soft from the last look you took. And the radio plays a song from our summer, the one we sang loud with the windows down. Now it sounds like a ghost in the speaker, a beautiful sound from a broken downtown. Oh, these frozen photographs, trapped in the negative of my life. We were a perfect exposure, a flash in the dark. Now I'm developing pain in the home of my heart, and the negatives curled at the edges, they ache for the light that we were, for the love that we'd make. These frozen photographs, they don't fade, they just get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. I took the dog for a walk past the old drugstore, the one where we'd laugh at the price of a pour. The neon sign flickered your name in the rain, a flickering ghost of a love I can't name. I called in sick to the script I was writing, the one about us, about fighting and lightning. But the plot's all wrong now, the dialogue's weak, 'cause the ending you wrote was the one I still seek. And the weatherman says a storm is approaching, the kind that bends trees and peels back the sky. But I'm waiting for sunshine to burn off this morning, the one where I woke up and remembered you died. Oh, these frozen photographs, trapped in the negative of my life. We were a perfect exposure, a flash in the dark. Now I'm developing pain in the home of my heart, and the negatives curl at the edges, they ache for the light that we were, for the love that we'd make. These frozen photographs, they don't fade, they just get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. Maybe love is a lens that we look through, and when it breaks all the colors run blue. I could burn every image, I could curse your name, but the frame would stay empty, the fire the same. So I'll keep this museum of moments we stole, the good and the brutal, the loss of my soul. 'Cause to let go completely is to let go of me, and the ghost in the photograph is all I can see. Coffee stain on page 42, the one that looks like a heart if you squint. I trace it sometimes when the night gets too thin, and pretend the stain is a new place to start, a new place to start, a new place. Your silence is a sweater I keep wearing, even when the wool itches on my skin. We talk in circles, weather and old movies, while the real storm just gathers within. The radiator hisses its tired anthem, and the clock hands blur into a slow dance. I memorize the crack across your ceiling, like it's scripture, like it's chants. And I'm not cold, I'm just learning how to hold the space between us, like a cup of tea that's gone too cool to trust. Yeah, I'm not lost, I'm just tracing the map of all the quiet we've become. So give me wool and whiskey, honey, something solid I can feel, a worn-out book of poems you underline, and a truth that doesn't need to heal. Just let the record scratch its lonely rhythm, let the rain tap out a coat against the pain. In this room of half-lit understanding, I'm not broken, shadows used to meet. Now it just highlights the empty space where your feet should be incomplete. I found your old scarf behind the armchair. It still smells like the bonfire and your laugh. I buried my face in it for a second, and the past pulled me back by the scruff. And I'm not stuck, I'm just measuring the distance in your size, like a sailor counting waves against the tide. Yeah, I'm not weak, I'm just gathering the fragments of this quiet. So give me a wolf and whiskey, honey, something solid I can feel. A worn-out book of poems you underlined, and a truth that doesn't need to heal. Just let the record scratch its lonely rhythm. Let the rain tap out a coat against the pain. In this room of half-lit understanding, I'm not broken, I'm just rearranged. Baby, love is just a slow surrender to the gravity of staying still. A learned art of breathing in the same air without needing to voice the chill. So let the fire die down to embers, let the conversation go unstirred. I'll wear your silence like a second skin, and call it home and call it hers. Wool and whiskey, wool and whiskey, a truth that doesn't need to heal. Your shadow stretched long on the wet sidewalk concrete, under the sodium glow of a bus stop sign. You were fumbling for keys, laughing at your own heartbeat, while the rain talks soft to the empty street. I was holding a world in a paper cup of coffee, too hot to sip, too sweet to put down. And the way you tucked your hair behind your ear was the first time I ever felt the ground. And the neon sign from the all-night diner flicked its letters in a broken code. I was counting all the cracks in the pavement, while my careful world just exploded. Ooh, it was first light on 14th Street, a Polaroid of a moment, perfect and incomplete. You were the question I never meant to speak, just a stranger's smile on a Tuesday week. Now every sunrise tastes like instant coffee, and your absence is the loudest sound I know. Yeah, it was first light on 14th Street, and I didn't even know. The playlist on the radio was static and old songs. We made up lyrics to fill the quiet space. You said the city looked like a circuit board from the bridge. All those little lights, each one out of place. I remember the exact shade of your jacket blue, the way the collar scratched your cheek when you turned, and how the world, which had always been a map I knew, suddenly had a border that burned. Years later, I traced that same route on a map. Found the diners still there, the bus stops new. But the angle of the light at Tuesday morning is a ghost I carry in my pocket next to you. Oh, it was first light on 14th Street, a Polaroid of a moment, perfect and incomplete. You were the question I never meant to speak, just a stranger smile on a Tuesday week. Now every sunrise tastes like instant coffee, and your absence is the loudest sound I know. Yeah, it was first light on 14th Street, and I didn't even know. AM light on your windowsill, coffee cold beside the unpaid bill. You were humming something out of tune while I traced the cracks up to your moon. Your hair was a mess, a perfect storm. You said good morning in your uniform of yesterday's shirt and borrowed socks, and all my walls just stopped their clocks. I was a tourist in my hometown, never knew a silence could be found till your breathing filled the empty space, and I learned my heart could have a place. You were the map I never knew I needed, the quiet truth my noise had never heeded. Not an echo but the first true sound that ever turned my world around. You were the calm in my chaos defined, the first line of the story I left behind. We built a language out of glances, shared paperbacks and secondhand dances in the kitchen, flour on the floor. You laughed and said, we're making more than just a mess, we're making us. Out of all this fragile, quiet trust, I kept your scarf, a stolen square of wool, a softer truth I couldn't quite know. Now I walk the same old streets alone, and every empty room feels like a stone dropped in a well I cannot see the bottom of, just the ghost of your unspoken love. You were the map I never knew I needed, the quiet truth my noise had never heeded. Not an echo but the first true sound
that ever turned my world around. You were the calm in my chaos defined. The first line of the story I left behind. Maybe love is just a lesson in release, a tender scar that teaches you what peace is. You weren't the answer, you were the question that taught my soul its own expression. I don't need the echo, I have the sound of you in every safe and sacred ground I ever found within myself. Since then, you were the beginning, not the end. Just the first light on an empty windowsill.
The porch light still blinking in my mind, like it was waiting up for you. I was 22, all denim and out, riding home with the windows down. You were laughing at the radio, singing every chorus wrong but true. A paper cup of coffee between your hands, your hair stuck to the window glass, and the whole town looked like a photograph, like something I was scared to pass. I didn't know love would sound like that, a quiet click in a noisy world. One look, one small breath, and the future started turning toward us. I was falling in love, slow as sunset over the county line, holding your hand through the warm July. Every street light looked like a promise we could keep. I was falling in love, scared and smiling in the passenger seat, with the whole sky moving and my heart underneath. If I could go back, I'd live that moment all over again. Years later I found that mixtape in a shoebox under old receipts, your handwriting on the cover, faded blue and bittersweet. I pressed play in the kitchen while the rain tapped on the pane, and the first chord came through the static, like your name in the train. I didn't know love would stay like that, not as a place but a light I carry. When the road gets long and the night feels heavy, I hear us singing anyway. I was falling in love, slow as sunset over the county line, holding your hand through the warm July. Every street light looked like a promise we could keep. I was falling in love, scared and smiling in the passenger seat, with the whole sky moving and my heart underneath. If I could go back, I'd live that moment all over again. If love is a house we keep rebuilding with rooms we can't return to, then I'll leave the porch light on for every dream that led me to you, just to thank the younger me for being brave enough to say your name.
Summer rain. Every scar has a silver lining. Every loss has a little gain. I was falling in love, and somewhere in that ache I learned how hearts can break and still believe. If I could go back, I'd hold that moment, but I'd let it go too gently. Blinking in my mind, and I don't mind the glow. I was falling in love once, and part of me still knows.
back in '85. Breath held in the quiet, where the heart finds its ease. We found a place where time stands still, beneath the same old street lights glow. Your hand in mine, a promise sealed in whispers only we could know. The way you laugh, a melody that plays when shadows start to creep. A sanctuary, just you and me, where secrets and the stars can keep. But sometimes doubt creeps in like rain, a chill through bones I can't explain, a ghost of something left unsaid, a weight that's pressing on my head. Oh, true love's echo deep and strong, through every joy and every wrong. It's not the fireworks in the sky, but the quiet moments passing by, where every touch a sacred vow, a gentle promise here and now. It's the anchor in the storm, the warmth that makes the lonely feel reborn. The years have carved a path behind, with laughter, tears, and memories. We learned to dance through every line, with patience, kindness, and a squeeze. Your eyes hold stories old and new, a map I'm honored to explore, the rhythm of the life we grew. With every beat I ask for more, but storms will come, they always do, a test of roots that seem so true, a moment where the ground might shake, a choice we make for love's own sake. Oh, true love's echo deep and strong, through every joy and every wrong. It's not the fireworks in the sky, but the quiet moments passing by, where every touch a sacred vow, a gentle promise here and now. It's the anchor in the storm, the warmth that makes the lonely feel reborn. Space between the words we speak, the promise that the strong won't break. True love's echo deep and strong, through every joy and every wrong. It's not the fireworks in the sky, but the quiet moments passing by, where every touch a sacred vow, a gentle promise here and now. It's the anchor in the storm, the warmth that makes the lonely feel reborn. True love's echo in the quiet, steady beat of hearts aligned, a promise held through time. True love's echo in the quiet, steady beat of hearts aligned, a promise held through time. The fireplace is a sleepy orange eye, casting shadows on the spine of your favorite book that you left here, dog-eared and loved. I trace the coffee ring on the table where you used to look at me like I was the only page worth reading, and the radiator hums your old tune in a key that's slightly out of tune, and the clock's hands are slow dancers dragging across the floor of this room. I feel the weight of your absence in the quiet that's not quiet at all. It's full of you. In the hearth and heart, I'm not alone. Your echo lives in the crackle of the stone, in the steam from a cup that's slowly cooling, in the sweater I'm wearing, soft and old and soothing, yeah. In the hearth and heart, I'm home. The rain taps a rhythm on the window pane, like your fingers used to on my arm. I find a receipt from that diner downtown where we shared a milkshake, laughed at the world. And the photograph on the mantel grins a frozen moment, sun-bleached and thin, but it holds the heat of 100 grins. And the shadows stretch like old sweaters, pulling tight around my chest. I hear your voice in the settling of the house, in the sigh before the rest. In the hearth and heart, I'm not alone. Your echo lives in the crackle of the stone, in the steam from a cup that's slowly cooling, in the sweater I'm wearing, soft and old and soothing, yeah. In the hearth and heart, I'm home. Maybe love is a soft place to land, not a fire but the ashes that remain, a gentle understanding, no grand demand, just the proof that we loved and it wasn't in vain. And the night outside is a vast and empty sea, but in here it's just you and me. I'll keep this hearth burning for the ghost of your laugh, the shape of your hand in the hearth and heart. I understand. light still on, like it was last June. Your blue jacket hangs by the door. I still don't move it, don't know why. Cold coffee in the mug you left, and your lipstick on the rim, a faded sign. I count time zones on the street lights, watch your name light up at 2:30. You laugh like you're right in the kitchen, and the signal breaks and I'm back with you. Maybe love was never meant to fit inside a glowing screen, but when you whisper, stay with me, I believe in almost everything. Meet me halfway in the morning light, where the highway hums and the taillights shine. I'll drive through the rain if you're on my mind. We can be more than a voice at night. Hold on, don't let go, even when the miles run deep and slow. If forever has to start somewhere, let it start with us getting there. I saved your ticket stubs in my glove box, from the diner where the neon buzzed. You drew a heart on the paper placemat, said we'll be fine, and I believed because you said it like a promise, not a prayer, and I said it like I wasn't scared. Now every exit sign asks where you are, every song on the radio says wait. Maybe love was never meant to be a calendar full of soon, but when you breathe my name so softly, I can almost feel you in the room. Meet me halfway in the morning light, where the highway hums and the taillights shine. I'll drive through the rain if you're on my mind. We can be more than a voice at night. Hold on, don't let go, even when the miles run deep and slow. If forever has to start somewhere, let it start with us getting there. If I could fold the map in half and put my arms around your shoulders, I'd turn the whole world down, just to hear you breathe a little closer. But I'm still here, still saying your name, still leaving the lamp on in the rain. Meet me halfway when the night burns bright, where the highway hums and the taillights shine. I'll drive and slow. If forever has to start somewhere, let it start with us getting there. Let it start with us getting there. The porch light's still on, and I'm still here. Coffee's cold beside the chair you light. I still set 2 cups out, old habits grip. Your life's a ghost in these rented walls, echoing off the pictures in the hall. I saw your jacket in the closet door. Smells like rain in the night. We swore we'd never be the kind to just walk away. Now I trace the outline where you used to stay, and the calendar flips another day, while my heart's stuck on replay of the way you said my name. Now it's someone else's claim. You're holding her now. I'm just a ghost in your photographs, fading in the corners of life you laugh about. You're building dreams with her, while I'm patching cracks in mine. With every I love you that you whisper, I rewind to the silence where my heartbeat used to sound. Yeah, you're holding her now. The park bench where we carved our names is weathered smooth, but the scar remains. I heard she's got your mother's eyes. They say you're kinda light in my own disarray. Play the song we loved on a Sunday drive. I hear it and my whole soul just dies a little inside. I'm happy for you, that's what they all assume, but happiness is just a room I'm locked outside of in this gloom. And the future we painted bright and bold is a story that's already been told to a different ear, a different hand to hold. You're holding her now. I'm just a ghost in your photographs, fading in the corners of the life you laugh about. You're building dreams with her, while I'm patching cracks in mine. With every I love you that you whisper, I rewind to the silence where my heartbeat used to sound. Yeah, you're holding her now. Maybe love is just a borrowed light, a spark we think is ours, but it's just passing through the night. And I was a chapter you had to close, to find the peace that only someone else knows. So let the tide take this ache I've known. I'll be the echo when you're finally home. You're holding her now, and I'm just learning how to disappear without a sound. I trace the circle where your lipstick spilled. The news still plays the story we forgot, a silent film of everything we're not. I kept the receipt from that Oslo flight, the one you took into another life, the map you drew with all our dotted lines, now just a faded sketch of borrowed time. And the clock hands bend but never break, every promise we were too scared to make, hanging like a chandelier of dust in the hollow where our laughter used to trust. So let these unspoken words dissolve like salt in rain. Let the silence scream your name again and again. I'm a ghost in the hallway of your perfect home, a footnote in a book you'll never own. Our love was a language we never learned to speak, just an echo in the canyon, growing faint and weak. The sweater you forgot still smells like pine, from winters we were too tired to climb. I wear it thin against the aircon's hum, a second skin that keeps me feeling numb. Your mother's recipe for sourdough bread still rises in the oven of my head, but every loaf comes out a little flat, like conversations that just fell apart at that. And the seasons turn on rusted gears, all our plans dissolved in quiet tears, a museum of the moments we let die underneath this perpetually gray sky. So let these unspoken words dissolve like salt in rain. Let the silence scream your name again and again. I'm a ghost in the hallway of your perfect home, a footnote in a book you'll never own. Our love was a language we never learned to speak, just an echo in the canyon, growing faint and weak. Maybe in another timeline's gentle sway, we'd say it all before the light fades away. But here we are with all this space between, the I love you that stayed forever unseen. So let the record skip on this familiar ache, a groove we carved for our own sweet mistake. The coffee's cold now, the cup's still there, just a ring of nothing in the morning air. The coffee's gone cold by the window again. Rain taps softly against the glass. An old song drifts through the room, and suddenly the years come back. There was a little house at the edge of town, a front porch swing painted white. We spent whole afternoons doing nothing, watching the world fade into twilight. Your mother humming in the kitchen, my old bike laying in the yard. The days move slow like a river, back when life wasn't so hard. Funny how the smallest moments stay long after the big ones fade away. I miss that Saturday light, golden through the curtains, soft and bright. No place to be, no reason to run, just two young hearts beneath the sun. And every time the evening falls, I still hear those distant calls, like a photograph inside my mind, forever living in that Saturday light. The record player skipping in the corner, a blanket spread across the floor. We talked about who we'd become before we even knew what for. The neighborhood kids rode past laughing, fireflies danced across the field, and every dream felt close enough, like something we could almost feel. Now the streets look smaller somehow, but I can still find my way back now. I miss that Saturday light, golden through the curtains, soft and bright. No place to be, no reason to run, just two young hearts beneath the sun. And every time the evening falls, I still hear those distant calls, like a photograph inside my mind, forever living in that Saturday light. Maybe growing older means collecting pieces of the past, little moments we once overlooked that somehow end up lasting. Not the parties, not the noise, not the things we thought we'd need, just quiet rooms and simple days, and the people who believed in me. Everything
Please never say goodbye.
They're waiting somewhere deep inside, wrapped in that Saturday light. The song fades low, the rain moves on, but the warmth remains, like it's never really gone. First time I saw you, you were sitting on the fire escape, rain tapping a rhythm on the metal roof. You were painting your nails with a chip bottle of crimson, and the street lights made halos in the wet air. I brought you a coffee, steaming in a paper cup. You looked up, eyes like startled deer, and said, "You're the new neighbor, right?" I nodded, but my heart was a runaway train. I didn't have the words, just a hum